he is a very busy man. He is in hot demand at all times. But what he did say is, maybe I can come at another time to talk with him. So of course, you always got to take advantage of a wonderful opportunity when it presents itself. And you need to be prepared when opportunity comes, because that's what leads to success, if you're prepared. So he said I can come on Monday the 19th. And I looked at the schedule at the time that he proposed, and that was the time that I was supposed to be teaching y'all. So of course I could bump myself, and I did that. So we are so fortunate to have with us the Minister of Motivation, Dr. Walter Henry Sims.
All right. Amen. Let the church say amen. Amen. Let the church say amen again. Amen. Look at your neighbor and say, I'm just glad to be here.
I'm glad to be here.
All right, let me say this right out of the gate. I'm doing this as a favor to Miss Belinda. I love her. We rode to 7 together. Did we have a good time?
Yes, we did.
We had a good time. We went to 7 together. Hercules. We had a really good time. So for me to be here an hour, it's roughly $2,500. So I'm just giving y'all a $2,500 blessing, if that's all right. Golf clap. I asked Clifton, and a few of you were in here before we started, and I asked, were you learning anything? So let me see some volunteers. What are you learning? And let me preface that by saying, just sitting in here from June this to June the 29th when you all graduate, fine, way up, dandy. But what are you going to do with what you have learned? Because a lot of people say knowledge is power. Throw that out of the window. Never say that again. But applied knowledge is power. Everybody say,
Applied knowledge is power.
everybody say, I just gave you $1 million blessing. Because see, there are a lot of knowledge hoarders in the world. They soak up a whole lot of knowledge, but they don't do anything. You're in the same place that when you started life that you are right now, which is tragic. Okay, let me see a show of hands. What are you learning? What? Give me some feedback. What are you learning?
Hi, my name is Johnny Dawson, and I'm learning how to accept change. And change is a good thing.
That's right.
And I realized that a lot in my life I have made some bad choices.
Right.
And even with the bad choices, I've learned to pick them up and change my new start.
That's very good. Golf clap. Golf clap. All right, give me something else. Give me something else, Jason.
I'm learning how to represent myself when I go to an interview.
That's what I'm talking about. Golf clap. Learn to represent yourself. Cause can't nobody represent you but you. Come on, somebody. Point to yourself real quick and say, I am somebody.
I am somebody.
Point to yourself. Come on, quit being hard-headed. Come, you sit up here. Come here. No, you come here. Get up here. Right here. Sit right here. Y'all give him a golf clap as he comes. Come on. Right here. I want you right here. Yes, sir. That's Samuel Jackson.
Yes,
Is that Samuel L. Jackson? Who put them snakes on the plane? Okay, come on. I got musical Tourette's.
Well, I've learned how to, make a good first impression at the interview, and I'm still learning. I'm still a little bit nervous about it.
So I need you to work on confidence. You can have a seat. All right, I'm going to ask y'all, just throw anything at me. I believe in two things, God and Google. So we can talk about, I coach on demand, so we can talk about, this is your time. So you can ask me anything you want, and we can go from there. Now I have a template of what I could talk about, but I want it to be relevant to you because y'all have some questions on your heart that your facilitators may or may not be covering. And this is our time, so whatever y'all want to talk about is just between us, okay? So look at your neighbor and say, I need you to be transparent.
Transparent.
Because see, if y'all were getting it all right, you wouldn't be here today. All right, come on somebody. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen.
Amen.
Y'all mind and quiet. All right, this is y'all time, so you better take advantage of it, okay? I believe in two things. I don't know everything, but I believe in two things, God and Google.
God and Google.
That was a joke supposed to like. God makes me strong, Google makes me smart, amen? I'm taking a photography, so I've been watching YouTube and Google, and I made the picture today. I took a picture of ice because I'm on the camera challenge, and so I took a picture of ice this morning, and I blurred the background. I was like, yeah! Okay, anyway, that was it for me. For me. Oh, I blurred the background. I'm so excited. Okay, anyway, I got a general statement. It's sort of what, Brother D said. what we all have. And a lot of people cry about things in their life that they cannot change. Like your daughter, for example. She hollers about things she can't change. She wants to be older, but she's not older yet. How old is your daughter? 6. Oh, she said, Mom, I'm 6. I can't wait to be 12. But, you know, she's limited by some things. And there's some things at 6-year-old you can't change. There's some things in your life you can't change. You're here. Okay. You have to look at the hands you've been dealt. Okay. We're here. Okay. And sometimes you feel like the world is against you. Okay, Jason. But what you have that we all have, and let's just use for chuckles and grins, since we're talking about, we're going to label him God. Okay? So God has given all of us one powerful thing. So ask me, Dr. Sims, what is that thing?
What is that thing?
That thing is choice. Every one of us has the power to choose. You ought to be writing. When I'm talking, you ought to be writing. Come on, somebody, put this in your notebook. I have the power to. Amen.
I have the power to choose.
I have the power to choose. Why is that so important? Why is that so important? That is important because my choice dictates my action. Let somebody say amen. I need 3 amen.
Amen.
So if you choose to go to Ozark, you going to Ozark. You can't complain that you're not in Panama City because you chose to go to
Ozark.
Come on, somebody. Y'all with me. Miss B, I like this class. Y'all paying attention, amen? So you have the power to choose. Let me hear y'all say, I have the power to choose.
I have the power to choose.
Right, wrong, indifferent, ugly, whatever. You have the power to choose. Everybody sit up a little taller. Sit up a little taller. I have the power to choose.
I have the power to choose.
Doesn't that feel good? We don't have control over a lot of things. I'm 51. I'm a young black man. I just turned 51. Okay, I'm about 239 pounds. Don't judge me. Amen. I like fried chicken. I like watermelon. I like baked macaroni and cheese. I like rolls. I like Coca-Cola and not Pepsi. Those are my choices. There's some things you like nobody else may not like. I play golf. I went out to the golf course yesterday for Father's Day. I play Madden football on PS4. Those are my choices. I like the Dallas Cowboys and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Roll Tide. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So, let me hear y'all say, I have the power to choose.
I have the power to choose.
All right, for the next 50 minutes, this is your time. So what do you want to talk about that these two, your facilitator, haven't been able to address? Think about why you're here. What do you want out of the class? What are some of the things you're going through? What do you want to talk about? Let's go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ask me this question. Throw some stuff at me. Anything. Let's go. Clock is ticking. Let's go. Be transparent. This is your time. What's some of the things you want to know about? What do you want to know about that's going to take your life from here to here? The 2 most important days in a person's life is the day that you were born and the day you figure out why. Every one of us has a purpose. If you're not living your purpose, you are a spiritual felon. Why? Because you're robbing God of what he put in you. You're holding it to yourself. And there's a handful of people God has assigned to you that only you can talk to. Come on, somebody. Am I right about it? Look at your neighbor and say, oh, he preaching now.
Oh, he's preaching now.
All right, so ask me something. Ask me something. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ask me something. Come on. Thank you.
My name is Shamika McCray. What if you don't know what your purpose is?
Oh, the $1 million question. Why didn't more of y'all ask that question? That is the question. I'm working on my 4th book called Walk in Purpose and Grow Rich. If you're not living in your purpose, you're not going to be successful. And what masks that is that a lot of successful people are unhappy. Why? I got millions of dollars. I can go anywhere I want to go, but I wake up empty. Why? Because you're not doing that thing God has called you to. Come on, somebody. Amen, lights.
Amen.
You feel me? You ought to know why you're here. You ought to get up in the morning excited. You ought to go to bed excited. You ought to sleep excited because you're doing what God called you to do. Why is she here? Why is he here? To get y'all moving in the direction of your purpose. I need 5 amens.
Amen.
Why do we love heroes? Me and Clifton, we connected like that because we love movies. We love superheroes. Why do we love the Wonder Womans? Why do we love Spider-Man? Why do we love Superman and Iron Man? Because they are heroes. They have a purpose, a call, and they don't give a flying fig noodle who's on their side. They're going to kick the enemy in the butt. They're going to take name and talk about it later. You are a superhero. You're an actor and an actress in your own life. You ought to be the leading character and not playing a B-role in your own life. And see, I'm gonna get in your Kool-Aid right now, and I'm answering your question in a minute, okay? I'm chasing the rabbit right now. Now, y'all gonna throw me out of this class and ask me never to come back when I'm gonna call all of y'all out right now. Every one of y'all in here hypocrite. Oh, not me. Every one of y'all in here hypocrite, minus my facilitators.
Yeah.
How you gonna call me hypocrite? You don't know me. I see you speaking right now. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. Why did I call y'all a hypocrite? The Greek word for hypocrite is an actor. If you're not living the life God called you to live, and you're living another life, you're an actor, you're a hypocrite.
That's true.
Let me hear y'all say, oh. You're a hypocrite. Look at your neighbor and say, oh, I didn't know that about you. But I mean, that's a segue into her question. You're a hypocrite. And where does the frustration come? And I'm getting to your question. Where does the frustration come? The frustration comes is you an apple. God has called you to be an apple. But you trying your level best to be an orange. And it'll never work. Because the criterion is to make orange juice. But if you're an apple, you will never make orange juice. Now you feeling some type of way, Rich Homie Quan. Got me feeling some type of way. I got musical Tourette's. Anyway. But if I'm being judged to make apple juice, orange juice, and I'm an apple, I will never meet that performance criteria. And now I'm feeling less than. I was working with a client this morning. I'm feeling less than because I can't make apple juice, but I'm trying. I can't make orange juice, but I'm trying. I'm an apple. You got to figure out I'm an apple. And once you figure out I'm an apple, you get in the apple company, make apple juice, you'll shine every day and twice on Sunday. But to answer her question, that is the question. I want all of y'all, that's your homework assignment tonight. And you need to have it done by the 29th. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What is my, put that in your notes, why am I here? Because once you figure that out, you can go to the right job on the right interview and they'll pass you every time. You don't have to shine and flex that hard. But the reason you're not passing interviews is because you are applying for the wrong position. Come on, somebody. You feel me? That's why that job don't look at you right, because that ain't what you're supposed to be doing. You feel me? Are y'all feel me? Okay, this is my understanding. This is just, I'm doing some narrative talking right now. I believe one day God is going to call us all in the celestial auditorium. And He's going to call us by assignment. Facilitator for Camp Higher. Y'all two raise hands real quick. Facilitator for Camp Higher. Well done, my good and faithful servant. But they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yes, sir.
When she told me she wanted me to be here, and I told her what my minimum rate is, she said, we can't afford you. I said, I do it anyway. Okay? See, when you're called, and this is your purpose, you do it without worrying about getting paid, because service is His own reward. Come on, somebody.
Amen.
Do you feel me? And you are not wanting to get hired to make money. That is the wrong motivation. Hallelujah. Look at your neighbor and say, purpose is not based on the income.
Purpose is not based on the income.
Because these two could be doing something entirely different, but that's not their purpose. Because payment comes in all kind of forms. Y'all smiling at me is payment enough. We're going to take a selfie together. That's going to pay me enough. Hallelujah. I want to feel like shouting now. I'm trying to contain myself. I want the hook to come out. I'm trying to contain myself. But I believe one day God is going to call us by assignment.
Yes.
And many of you will not be able to answer because you're in the wrong lane. So how do I figure out my purpose? And that's, I'm putting together a recipe for my book, and we'll answer that question. I'm going to give you a copy of it.
Okay.
You're welcome, Shamiko. So I believe one of the things I ask people, let's just say Chuckles and Green. God, stop time right now. So time has stopped. What could you convince God of to convince him to start your life again, Samuel Jackson?
What can I-
Are you living on purpose? Are you putting enough purpose cred in the bank? You know, a lot of people run around hollering about street cred, but how much life cred and purpose cred do you have? Because that's the only evidence God will receive that you're living on purpose. There's a parable in the Bible that talks about the 5, the 3, the 1 talent. The young man that had 1 talent went and buried his, and a lot of y'all in here, hypocrites, y'all nod your head like I'm on the corner, I'm like GPS, I know where I am. A lot of y'all that are hypocrites, you have buried your talent because you feel like it's not sexy enough. A lot of people couldn't sit in that chair because it ain't sexy enough.